So, as you can see from these pictures, leaving scenic and the sunny climes of the UK was very difficult for old Frostig. However, he'd been invited over to Benidorm by a family member to celebrate their birthday and couldn't refuse. Bit of an unusual trip because old Frostig was flying on his own. In fact, the first time old Frostig has got on an airplane ever on his own, and not being the greatest of flyers, I think he probably made all the passengers around him nervous. Unusual to see any recording from outside of the plane with old Frostig, who's normally sits there praying on the plane. But this time, I thought I'd be brave and actually, as I had a window seat, do a little bit of recording from outside of the plane. Anyway, eventually I get to Benidorm. Never ever been to Benidorm in my life. When I was invited, I thought I've got to stay at the Sol Pelicanos, as it was the hotel used as the Solana in the TV series Benidorm, which I've always loved watching, and the younger Frostigs love watching. So I said, okay, when we go over there, I'll FaceTime you all from Sol Pelicanos, and you can have a look and see what it's actually like. So I did that for them. So yeah, this is a very quick look around the Sol Pelicanos. This is actually a bit of video when I arrived. In fact, this whole video is kind of just following my journey round there. It's not a long detailed video of anything in particular. It won't give you a massive overview of Sol Pelicanos or the Solana. You probably need to look at other videos for that. Or I did do a short of the pool there, and obviously in January it was nice and empty. You can imagine how busy it would be in the summer months, completely different. But yeah, I quite like the hotel. It's actually at the centre, the heart of everything. Plenty of lifts there, strange on the lift. So I first got in the lift, I was on floor number 11, and I couldn't see a button for number 11, but between 10 and 12 there was a number 0. So I pressed that and it took me up to number 11. So yeah, what can you say about that? Anyway, I'll show you very quickly the room I was in a moment, and have a quick look and have a see from the balcony. The view I got that I arrived with was actually not a bad room, pretty basic. In fact, I booked the most basic room. I wanted to keep everything as cheap as possible, and I was quite impressed really that the balcony was a reasonable size. Bear in mind it's a double room for 2 people. That's a reasonable size, and you can't really see it in this video, but if the cross had been lit up, you'd also see that from the room, and daylight you can actually see the cross on the top of the hill that overlooks Benidorm. There, a little bit like in the TV series, you see that, and that view down below probably looked better at night than it did during the day. But yeah, everything functional, your shower, your toilet, etc, etc. Nice wardrobes in the bedroom, and I think I just took a quick wander down to the bar area of the hotel, which of course is nothing like Neptunes. Neptunes is of course Captain Morgan's, which is not far from the actual hotel, and which I'll go into in a moment. But let me just show you a little bit around the hotel and down into the bar area. Had I been in Benidorm with the younger old Frostigs, I think this is where we would probably spend the evening. This looks like it's a fine place for family entertainment, whereas what was Neptunes in the show, or Captain Morgan's, is more geared for an older generation, as you'll see in a moment. I'm walking over there now, and it's literally, that's it, the big boat, the big ship, there on the left-hand side, which anyone who knows Benidorm, but I think an awful lot of people do know Benidorm. I think I'm one of the only people at my age who've never been there, would already know. This is the inside of it, and I'll just show you around a bit of the entertainment that was on. and what it was actually like in there. But it's certainly, I'm not sure you'd be allowed in there with children anyway, but certainly mine wouldn't go in there. So Captain Morgan seemed like a great place for tribute bands. If you want to drink, have a bit of a laugh with your friends and things like that. It's great, very loud, but then I'm old Frosty who's getting old and maybe finding that a little bit too loud. Maybe even 10 years ago I'd have been fine with it, I don't know. I didn't think the beer was the greatest in there. To my mind it was a bit flat, but it was cheap, cheerful, and if you're going there to have a great time with your friends, then that's it. But there are loads of different cabaret bars spread out all over Benidorm, which I'm sure people already know about, and there are far better videos to watch than this one. And people will give you tips like the Benidorm Stuff video and the Benidorm Enthusiast. Her stuff's absolutely brilliant. This is just, I'm showing you where I went to at the time. So it's a bit like mishmash, but it gives you an idea if you've not been there before. But yeah, Captain Morgan's, I quite enjoyed it. We went in there, I think, pretty much most nights, in between going to different places as well. I was invited over there for a birthday, and the people who went there with me knew all the different places, so I literally just followed their coattails and followed them around and kept myself safe and had a good time and had great fun. So yeah, all in all, it was a good time. But this is all on the first night I arrived over there. And this is very reminiscent of the actual TV show Benidorm. I was FaceTiming the young Roll Frostigs, and so they could have a look round and see what the actual Neptunes was like. And they did agree they wouldn't really want to go there, but they did enjoy seeing it on FaceTime. So I did promise them before I went that I would do a lot of videoing and FaceTiming, and also, as you'll see from the video, that I did a lot of walking so I could see as much of the town as possible and not just spend all my time drinking, although I spent a fair bit of time drinking as well, you know, yeah, well, it was good fun, but it was also good fun seeing all these landmarks that I've seen only on the TV before. So this is the next morning and the view from the room. I think I was up and out surprisingly early, considering I'd had a few drinks the night before, but I was determined to see as much of the place as I could. I was only there for 4 nights, arrived late on the first day, about 8:30, something like that in the evening, and then left midday on the last day, so only really 3 full days. So this is where I've had a walk around the hotel grounds, the pool that we see in the actual TV series Benidorm, which we'll come to in a minute. I mean, obviously there's a lovely kiddies play area here, so I think it'd be quite a fine place, the hotel, for children. I think actually being there for just a few days, I think there's probably so much to do there. I think the one thing I would say is I was there in January and it was like 20 degrees heat. Absolutely lovely, which enabled me to walk around without getting too hot, without getting too cold. The weather was absolutely perfect for what I wanted to do. And you'll see later on in the video that the beach itself was absolutely empty. I'm told in the summer that it's literally heaving with people, and you got pedalos, water sports, everything going on, which wasn't there at the time. I mean, look at this, look at the swimming pool. You know, this is about 9:30 in the morning. No one's there, no one's got to be rushing for pool beds. It's January. So if you want to just go to the place just to see what it's like, then for me, January's not a bad time, because you saw last night in Captain Morgan's, that was reasonably busy, and there were plenty of places like that open. So if you want to go there and have a drink and enjoy yourself, there's still plenty open over it. It's certainly far, far, far from a ghost town, as you'll see further on in this video. So yeah, for me it was literally perfect. I don't like too much, I don't like things being too busy. You know, obviously a lot of people look at this and say it's too quiet, but yeah, it's January, it's not school holidays. They've had the Christmas period, a lot of the places are closed down, but I can only imagine what it's like there in the actual summer. So here's the bar that Matteo and Leslie used at the Solana to serve all the guests. I believe the guy who wrote it now has a bar in the town called Matteo's. I didn't go there. I think it's actually closed, someone said in one of the videos at the moment. So I didn't actually get to go there, and I didn't pass it on my travels, although maybe I did. I ended up walking around in circles half the time and getting myself completely lost, which I kind of enjoy. I don't mind doing that in January. I wouldn't fancy doing that in July in the heat. But I did like this pool. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous pool with the water fountains, everything. Really, really is nice. I can see why they chose it as a filming location. But no, I didn't go in the pool in January. No, it was never going to happen. And this is where Kate had the encounter with what she thought was a joke poo in the swimming pool and tried to swim under it. But it ended in an unfortunate fashion. Even in the show, I don't think anyone could understand why she just didn't hop onto the bar, but still, that would have been the easiest solution, but not so funny. So this is Levante Beach. Now, as you'll see, it is absolutely dead on the beach itself. That doesn't mean the bars were dead. There were people in the bars, there were food places open, etc. during the day. I didn't visit this area at night. I've seen other videos that show at night it's very quiet down here as well. No, to the lie, I did pop down there quickly and do a quick short video, but I didn't walk up and down the beach. I just had a stroll down to the seafront very quickly. Yeah, I would imagine that a lot of you will be quite surprised how quiet it is on that beach if you normally go there in the high season. But yeah, it's really nice. I quite enjoyed it like that. Okay, well, I spent the day, I'd done a little walk along Levante Beach at the early part of the morning, and then I received a phone call and said, why not pop along to the market? I didn't even know they had a market there. I thought I meant the indoor one. I've seen that in the show, but there's a massive outdoor market, so I'll show you a little bit of that in the video later. And then again, I had a stroll again along the beachfront and off to the Old Town. So, you know, it's like I say, it's a bit of a mishmash video, going to different places at different times. No particular order. I was just trying to see as much of Benidorm as I could in as short a space of time. Come home, got my normal aching throat after flying, which you can probably hear in my voice, and achy feet as well. But that's good. It's all good. I wanted to see as much of the places I possibly could in as short a time as I could, and I'm really glad I went. Oh, Uncle Ped's went past this. This is a place that apparently does a pint for €1. They've got good entertainment there in the evening as well, cabaret, comedians and stuff. So yeah, that's a place worth visiting. Anyway, I am going to leave you with the video now. Hope you enjoy it, and please don't forget to subscribe. quickly made a pit stop for a bit of tapas in the Old Town at a place called Street Tapas. I got all this for €10, which I thought was a good bargain, but obviously those who know the place better might say different. Really tasty food, however, so I couldn't complain. Really enjoyed that. That set me up for the rest of the day and for me to continue on walking and then go out in the evening. So in the TV series Benidorm, this is set up as if it's a restaurant and is where Jeff first meets Leslie on their blind date, which for me was an absolute classic episode. The way Tim Healy plays Leslie is just incredible. You know, up until then I still saw him as Dennis from RV Design Pet. I know he's done loads of other stuff, but seeing him do that and the way he played it was just like absolutely classic. Just had me in stitches. Brilliant actor, as so many of them were from the series. Anyway, yeah, definitely not a restaurant in real life, but great memories, and I'm glad I came up here. Now, I'm not sure, but I was wondering if this is where Mel's mobility shop was in the series. If anyone knows, do let me know. It just looked kind of familiar to me from the TV series. But like I say, I've never been to Benidorm before, so I couldn't be sure. So on to the evening, Pablo Bloom in Uncle Ped's. I can't remember what bar this was, but the guy had done a great Frankie Valli. Then brilliant Bruno Mars tribute in Captain Morgan's. And finally just a little bit of a look round Captain Morgan's to finish the night off.